We began our study of numbers with the topic of natural numbers. However, very soon we ran into difficulties and so had to introduce the concept of the number 0. This led us to the collection of whole numbers. However, even whole numbers do not complete our study of numbers, and there are multiple scenarios in which the limitations of whole numbers become apparent. Let us look at one such example where we will feel the need to introduce the concept of negative numbers. So let us look at the example. With the advent of online discount brokers, many young people have now become interested in stock trading. Let us say that you are one such person who has recently started trading in stocks. You have 25,000 rupees with you, which you intend to invest, but 25,000 is a very small amount to trade. So you decide to borrow 75,000 rupees from your friend. Now in total, you have 1 lakh rupees with you, but what is your net worth? Your net worth is still rupees 25,000 because out of this 1 lakh, you need to return 75,000 to your friend. So your net worth is still 25,000 rupees. Now you have started trading, but since you are a beginner, you are not very good at it. And within a week of trading, you incur a loss of 40,000. This implies that now you have 60,000 rupees left with you. But this is the cash that you have. What is your net worth? You have 60,000, but you still need to return 75,000 rupees to your friend. So what is your net worth? To find your net worth, we need to subtract 75,000 rupees from 60,000 rupees. But how do we subtract 75,000 from 60,000? We can subtract 60,000 from 60,000, which gives us 0, which is a whole number. But after subtracting this 60,000, we still have 15,000 left, which we need to subtract. How do we do that? Can whole numbers provide with an answer? No, whole numbers fail to do this operation. The limitation of whole numbers now forces us to introduce the concept of negative numbers. So what are negative numbers? What do they represent? Negative numbers denote the opposite of what positive numbers denote. Since positive numbers are greater than 0, it follows that negative numbers are smaller than 0. For numbers less than 0, we use a minus sign or a negative sign to represent such numbers. The placement of a minus sign indicates that the number is a negative number and such numbers are less than 0. In our example, we still need to subtract 15,000 from 0. In other words, we still need to go 15,000 steps below 0. This fact is represented by placing a minus sign before 15,000. Thus, 60,000 minus 75,000 is equal to minus 15,000. So your net worth is minus 15,000 or your net worth is a negative 15,000. Your net worth has become negative. But what does a net worth of plus 25,000 and a net worth of minus 15,000 mean? Well, a net worth of plus 25,000 means that you have 25,000 with you, which is your money. You do not owe it to anyone. And a net worth of minus 15,000 means that you owe 15,000 rupees to somebody. You do not have anything with you. And in addition to that, you still owe 15,000 rupees to somebody else. In this case, your friend. As we know, numbers greater than 0 are called positive numbers. And positive numbers are denoted by placing a plus sign in front of them. Thus, plus 60 is a positive number. However, if no sign is placed before a number, that number is also assumed to be a positive number. By convention, if no sign is placed before a number, that number is a positive number. Thus, if we simply write 60, it implies that we are referring to the positive number 60. Alright? Let us reiterate an important fact which we had previously mentioned. Negative numbers denote the opposite of what positive numbers denote. Let us look at another example of what negative numbers denote. Jash and Adya start walking from a starting position in opposite directions. Let us denote the starting position with the number 0. Adya moves in the rightward direction and Jash moves in the leftward direction. Let us denote movement to the right of 0 as positive and movement to the left of 0 as negative. Adya moves 5 steps to the right, which we shall denote as 5 or plus 5. Jash moves 4 steps to the left, which we shall denote as minus 4. Thus we see that negative numbers denote the opposite of what positive numbers denote. In our example, a movement to the right was denoted using positive numbers, and hence the opposite of it, the opposite movement of it, that is, a movement to the left of 0 is denoted using negative numbers. Note that this is just a convention. We could have also chosen a movement to the left as positive and a movement to the right as negative. However, by convention, normally we always take a movement to the right as positive and a movement to the left as negative. Now that we have understood the concept of negative numbers, we shall introduce the concept of integers in the next video. So stay tuned, take care, and let us meet in the next video.